So Mike, why'd you invite me out here? What was the purpose? Other than being your senior camera guy.
Well, absolutely being the senior camera guy. Because, I mean, come on. Who would be the better camera guy than the guy who has the spinning head with the white sunglasses? I mean, that is our number one video so far, is Peter's spinning head. I doubt that's the reason why, but so far the analytics back it up. Ultimately, had this conversation with me and these epiphanies that she always has, where she guides me in direction, and a lot of times where I get myself into too much analytical or critical thought about what should I do. I analyze it. I think too much. She just finally one day said, if money was not an option, what is the one thing that gives you the most purpose and the most fulfillment and something you're the most passionate about? And I had to think about it for a moment. I thought, wow, what a great question. Man, all the years of obviously getting to work with incredible people, serve as a leader, and be able to invest in people's lives and see multiple different outcomes throughout that history. It was a difficult thing, but I can say that along the lines, I found that teaching is ultimately one of the strongest passions that I have. And reluctantly, I never imagined myself to ever be teaching or coaching fighting. And with Bryant and with Casey and others that have come to me and wanted to do that, for me, I've always been a fighter, never a coach. So it was hard for me to even fathom or think about that. I'm like, I'm not a coach. However, the more that I started thinking about that process and working on it, it was a culmination of that's where I find the most joy. You've mentioned it to me before. Like, as much as we work together, I see more joy in you when we're doing this than any other time. So all of that to bring back to the question, and I thought, I just want to create a space where it's not about me. It isn't about necessarily me and another person. It's not a channel that there's a lot of incredible coaches and a lot of incredible detail and fighting that is out there, how to do this and how to do that. But I don't want to stay in just one niche. I want this to be a culmination of people with so many incredible talents and abilities coming in and just sharing, from nutrition to learning to box. Some of these, you guys have these amazing stories to be able to share, which is inspiring to people, and just create an area to where it grows and it's organic. So from there, it's a long, expressive way to be able to explain what we're doing here, but that's how we got to this point.
Okay. Anything that's going to motivate them. What would be the first thing? Like for me, I'm new to boxing. What would be the first thing you would tell me?
The first thing is why. And Casey can tell you because we had this exact same conversation. Yeah. So you have somebody that I wanted to know why. What's the purpose? And the reason behind that is it because you want to get in shape? Because if it is, or you want to, your perception is, if I want to get into like a fight shape, it looks really fun. I don't want to do specific things any longer, so this looks interesting and I want to learn it. If that's the case, then that's a great starting point, because this is the purpose, this is what I want to achieve. But most importantly, what the expectations are. You're going into it, and then along the way, I would say three things. Number one, be extremely patient. It's not as easy. Fighting looks extremely easy. It looks like a brutal sport where you just exert energy. Mm-hmm. And in a lot of ways, professional fighters make it look extremely easy. Sure. And then when you get into it and you just hit a bag, 45 seconds in, you can't even hold your arms up any longer. Mm-hmm. And you're like, wow, what is going on here? Much less as you're in now, learning to spar. Mm-hmm. And sparring with myself, sparring with Bryant, moving around with Casey. You get to see different flows, different styles, different things. Well, it takes years and it takes patience. And there's a lot to learn just in timing and in distance and precision, footwork, hip movement, relaxation, breathing. So be patient and know the expectations of what you want. If you want a great workout, go in and have fun. Yeah. And that would be the second thing, is have fun. Because if you put too much stress on yourself and you put a lot of pressure of why am I not getting any better, you're going to hate it. It's like anything else. And especially I can say that any type of martial art, boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai, or any MMA, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, it's so humbling. Yeah. that if you go in it and get frustrated and allow yourself, then you will hate it. And then the third thing that I would say is to listen and practice. If it's something like anything else, if you want to be good at it, you have to listen to whatever coach that it is that's out there that's working with them. Or for you guys, listen to what we're showing, because we don't want you to get hurt.
Sure.
We want you to be able to protect your body. We want you to learn how to do it and have a fun time. But you must listen, and then you have to practice that. You have to put it in constant motion.
Thank you. Yeah.
How would you encourage someone who's at home watching this to get started checking out a boxing or kickboxing as a sport that they want to get into?
It's an amazing question, Casey.
Thank you.
I mean, the way that just came to you out of the ether, that was such an incredible process.
I mean, yeah.
That I definitely will be leaving in, because that is just solid gold right there.
It was a good question. I just didn't want to keep asking all the questions.
You know, I would say part of the true essence of what we want to achieve in this is to inspire people to get outside. You know, to be able to go into a gym, obviously there will be times that we start working on bags and that we start working in a space and that we get more granular and disciplined into certain arts or direction or whatever that may be. However, such an incredible landscape to be able to come out. So the first thing that I would say is get outside and enjoy just living. That would be the first. And the reason why I start there is because you need to understand who can teach you what's the best element for your personality, your modality, and how can you learn how to do that. And will you work with someone, because there's very old school strict coaches, and then there's some that we have this fitness and aerobic and boxing. And it goes back to what I was sharing with Peter, knowing the purpose and what's the expectations, what's the experience that you want to get out of it. With that said, there's some incredible trainers and fighters and coaches that are on YouTube. I would start there. You can go in, they teach, they break down a lot of fundamentals. They'll show you how to throw a jab, how to throw a cross, hooks, simple footwork, things that you can take, go on YouTube, learn the exercises, go into your local gym and start moving with it. And if you find out it's something you truly, truly like, then from that moment, I think it's important that you could go and you could find somebody that you work in and just drop into some classes. As you guys know, whether it's at your local gym or a boxing gym, or if you want to take a martial art, they all offer free classes. They're drop-in classes. You can go in and see if which art is for you, and not all of them are for you. And then the other thing that I would add is that the reason that this is called hybrid flow is a hybrid model is a fluidity of flowing through multiple different mindsets, multiple different arts, multiple different scenarios. And way too often, and it's just a natural instinct thing, is that if something served me extremely well and I had success with it, then it's a natural state for me to want to say, Peter, here's how you do this. Do it just like me. However, that's not the best thing for you. You can have a different body type, different flow, different movement. Your athleticism could be greater, could be less. You just don't know. So you have to work. Your hand speed may be quicker, it may be slower. All of those particular things, it's important to find a coach that will personalize and bring the great talent and ability out of you versus making it all about them and teaching only thing what they know. And then also allowing somebody that can scale up and tell you, you know, you've outgrown me. So here's this incredible person that we can get you with. Because the last point I would say on this is martial arts is like any other thing. There is no such thing as anyone who has it figured out. So if you could take all the collective knowledge in the world of fighting and did nothing but exhaust the rest of your life searching for every single ounce of knowledge that someone has and put it all together, what an incredible journey to be able to learn. So I would also encourage them and advise them to go with an open mind and be excited to learn and leave the ego at the door. Good.
Thank you. All right, Mike. Well, thank you for not only, I mean, Casey, that was a great question. Thought of it from Yeah, out of nowhere. So I know, everybody out there, we're going to be doing more videos like this. And Mike, I want to ask, what would be something you would leave the group with? Just one last comment, one last thought, maybe something you've been feeling today as we've out here in the beautiful wilderness. Oh,
I think more than anything in a time like everything that's going on, not only in the world, but to really be able to create mindset, purpose, and never leave the understanding of the why. It's such an overtold, oversaid point of view. However, when you go back to gratitude and you start your day, you end your day, and you think about the things that you're grateful for and what gives you the most joy in your life, and then think about when you go out into, whether in a beautiful place like what we are, and be able to come and train and just hang out together and enjoy things, is that really allow yourself to be able to take it in and concentrate on every single moment. Make the moments count and make every single thing in your life with purpose. And that's about the thing that I think I would leave everyone with.
well, thank you. I appreciate that. And for everybody out there, please take the time and like this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Any comments, if you want to see any type of style or something that you would like to see more of, please leave it in the comment below. And don't forget to subscribe. We'd like to share some more videos with you. We're going to have some more out there. But with that subscribe, you'll be able to get those videos and that notification. Thank you again.